Hey guys, this is Jason. This is Vectorworks tutorial part 4. In the last one I showed you the importance of numbering all of your units, how to do that. I also showed you how to create your label legend as well as your title block. In this video I will be covering the creation of your magic sheet and how to generate all of your paperwork. So the first thing is, your magic sheet is nothing more than a different representation of your lighting key. So really, your magic sheet really should only have the information that is already on your lighting key, just displayed a little bit differently. So the easiest way to do this, the way that I would suggest doing this, is to create another layer, make its own layer, call it magic sheet. Make sure we're in that layer. What we're actually going to do is we're going to go back to our light plot layer, our set layer, and I'm going to copy the entire set. I'm going to Control C. I'm going to go back to our magic sheet layer. I'm going to drift off into the corner a little bit. Control V to paste all of this stuff, and then I'm going to hit Control G to group it so that it's one big object, and then I'm going to just shrink it. If you have the little doodads in the corners, you can literally just draw your mouse over it to see that, click and hold, and you can just shrink it. If you hold down Shift, it'll keep the scale of it, which you want to do. Make it about that big. So here's my printable area, and I want this to fit on one piece of paper, so I actually want this to be maybe just a little bit smaller. There we go. I actually want to get rid of all of the things. Once you make it a group, if you double click on it, it opens up the group, and I actually want to delete all of the labels because I don't care. For this purpose, it's not going to matter. You don't have to do this. This is just what I do. This works equally as well with just a box. I just like having the visual representation of the set. Let's see how well this works. Nope, still way too big. Make it even smaller. Let's make it that big. How's that? Move this guy over here. Okay. So then all you need to do is an arrow representing the direction of the light. Plop a little arrow on there. Text box telling you what the color is. This is my R51 front light. Now that we have it labeled, all we are going to do is give a representation of where each of these lights that I put on my lighting plot that are my R51 front light, and give a visual representation of where those lights are going to fall on my little mini ground plan. So the easiest way to do that is I'm just going to make draw a little circle. Doesn't need to be any bigger than that. And then I have 5 across. Something like that. One in the middle. Over here. Over there. That looks terrible. We're going to highlight that. Go back up to modify. Going to align and distribute. Align them horizontally from the center. Distribute them from the center. And there's our nice pattern. We are going to remove, well, maybe we don't want to do that. I want to keep them solid. Just going to keep highlighted, copy and paste for my next row, and then my last row is just 3 of them, copy, paste. So it looks something like this. Try to align it so that it looks pretty, and then you're going to put in channels for the areas they represent. My channel 1 falls about there, my channel 2 falls about there. We'll fix this in a second. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So what this means is, if I brought up channel 1, it would bring up this light. If I brought up channel 2, it would bring up that light. Channel 3 brings up this light, so on and so forth. The reason why your magic sheet exists is it's really nothing more than a cheat sheet for you to look at while you are queuing. It is also important for your stage manager, should you not be there, if the stage manager needs to know what lights to bring up to illuminate an area. And there we go. There's our representation for our R51 front light. Each of these little pools represents a single light. So for example, this channel 1 and this circle represents, on our light plot, represents this guy. Here's our channel 1. He's focused to A, R51, which means this light is focused here. So if I bring up channel 1, it's going to illuminate this area. And this tells me that as well. Where if I'm looking for front light in R51, channel 1. The next one, if we keep going, is my diagonal front light. Just draw an arrow, or draw a line, poke an arrow onto it. This guy's R21. Is that right? R21. Move this guy a little bit closer. And so my diagonal basically has the same layout as the first 2 rows. Except that's not true because I'm missing one. So from each, so I actually delete these 2 and delete these 2. Move these guys in a little bit, and move these guys in a little bit. So I'm holding down Shift and using the arrow keys to slide those around. And then all I need to do is modify the numbers. So the first one is 21, this guy is 22, this guy is 23, 24, 25, 26. Recenter these. Much better. So these, it's the exact same thing. If I turned on channel 25, that would bring on my front diag, R21, in this area. And that's all your magic sheet is. And so because our other diagonal light looks basically identical to that, we're going to highlight all that. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Move this up here. All we got to do is change out that line from the other direction. Move him down and over. I made him way too long. Scoot you in. Put an arrow on the end. And my light from that side is R65. So I'm going to modify this guy to say 65. And then we just have to change the numbers. So my lights from this side are 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And that's for that direction. Then I need one for my downlight. My downlight has sort of a combination of both of them. So we'll take this again, Control C, Control V. Boy, not lined up at all. There we go. Maybe just a little bit more. that did it all what I wanted it to. There we go. Okay. And then I need 2 more of these. Copy and paste to go back here. And then these are my downlights. So get rid of the arrow. Draw in a symbol for our downlights, which is this little guy, the arrow at the end. Our downlights are R80. My downlights are in the 40s. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, should probably actually type 47, and 48. There's my downlight, and then I just need 1 more for my backlight. Delete that guy. Line for backlight, put the arrow. My backlight was R14, I believe. And there were only 3 lights. Whoops. Control Z. Delete those. My backlights are 51, 52, 53. And then for my practicals, you can do the same thing with practicals. I don't generate for practicals. I just make a little box practicals. What was that? Table, lamp, channel 61. Same if you have moving lights, I would just put them over here. Anything of that. And so there's our magic sheet for this show. This is a representation on the stage of where each channel falls. The primary reason for this is, let's say you are in the middle of queuing your show and you say to yourself, okay, I want diagonal light in blue on only the upstage of the stage. So a blue diagonal light, that's this guy, just upstage, that'd be 34, 35, 36. So now I know exactly what channels I need to bring up. It's also for your stage manager. If your stage manager says, hey, I need to bring up all of the front light. Well, here's the front light, 1 through 13. Perfect. This also helps when you're writing your cue sheet, as this pretty much just gives a nice visual representation of where all of your lights are. All right. Now that we've completed your magic sheet, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to generate all of your paperwork. In Vectorworks, this is extremely easy. The one thing you just have to make sure that you have done is made sure you have filled out all of the areas in all of your lights. Make sure that you've filled out all of the relevant pieces of information. Make sure you've filled out focus. Make sure you've filled out purpose. Make sure you've filled out position, unit number, color, dimmer, channel. The rest of this is sort of superfluous information and is not needed. But once you've done that and you're all done, you go up to Spotlight. And from there, I have to remember how to do this. You go to Reports, and under Reports is Generate Paperwork. You click on that. On the left side here, it has all of the paperwork that it can generate. I believe the 2 pieces of information you need, actually the only piece of paperwork you may need is the channel hookup, but if you need an instrument schedule as well, that is also on here. You click what you want. If you want to set up what it actually will, the information that it'll tell you, you click on the little setup button and it will ask you for what information it's going to give you. This one's going to give us position, unit number, instrument type, wattage, purpose, color, channel, dimmer. So actually we need focus in there. So we're going to go over here and find focus. We're going to move focus over here. We want focus to be right next to purpose. So now it's going to say position, unit number. So we actually want this to be, no, okay, this is okay. So this is for our instrument schedule. The instrument schedule is your lights organized by position. So generally you don't want to touch this top one because that's what it's going to organize everything by. In our channel hookup, we want to make sure that it still has all that information. Yep, see, it's still missing focus, and we want focus because we used both of those things. There's focus. Put focus over there. Oops. We're going to move the focus up to just after purpose. So we want it to be channel dimmer, instrument type wattage, purpose, focus, color, position. I actually want position to be higher. Cool. We click OK. Then, now that it's done this, as long as you have the instrument schedule and the channel hookup created, you click OK. And then it has generated all of your reports. All of it is located. If you click your window under your whatever your file name is, there'll be a thing that says worksheets, and the worksheet will give you your channel hookup and your instrument schedule. Click on that, and it gives you this great little Excel ready spreadsheet. If you have strange lights that are sort of hanging out, see, there's an entire section of lights that I didn't label. I didn't channel my, I forgot to channel my cool diags, and this will tell you that. So I actually need to go back and rechannel all of these guys. So these are my 30s, 31, 30, 32, 33, 34. Oh, I put it in the circuit name. Whoops. I thought I labeled these. 35, 36. That's cute. And then I'm going to do it again. Spotlight, reports, generate paperwork, instrument schedule, channel hookup, OK. And then it rewrites those worksheets with the new information. And go to my channel hookup. Hey, there they are now. Now they're nice and labeled. And this gives me all the information I need that I've already put into my lights. Channel number, dimmer number, instrument type, wattage, position, purpose, focus, color, and then the unit number. And then the same thing under Windows for your instrument schedule. And your instrument schedule is organized by position, and it does that over here. So here are all of my lights on my first electric. Here's all the lights on my first front of house, second electric, second front of house, third electric. And then you can copy and paste this. I generally don't organize them this way. I usually do them by, I'll put all my electrics together, then put all my front of houses together. Technically it doesn't matter as long as it's organized in this fashion. You will, as long as you set up your key correctly, you will have a handful of spaces. These are my 3 lights that I put in my lighting legend, or 4 lights that I put in my lighting legend, as well as my practical, and my empty unit are all here. So if you see this random things that don't show up, don't forget that you probably put units over in your lighting legend. Cool. That's everything. If you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to contact your teachers or contact myself. You can leave a comment in this YouTube video and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, your teachers can get a hold of me pretty easily. Thank you much.